It's Ukraine that's coming out and saying, you know, we are having some strong economic challenges. For Putin, it's on the outside of the country, exposing something about Russia, how the world sees it.
Hey, Lauren, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Hey, Petrovich.
This is going to go out on my channel and your channel, and you're an astrologer extraordinaire. And what we're going to look at is what's going to be happening between Ukraine and Russia according to the planets from Western
Yes,
astrology. Yep.
yes, yes,
Now, I
yes.
just got to say that I've had a couple of personal readings with you, which I found to be incredibly accurate in a predictive sense. I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised as well, right? So I do recommend Lauren, and we'll have links in the description below. And we did a video about Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and you also do crypto astrology as well. If people want to know how their crypto's going, they
Hmm.
can check in
Yes.
with you as well as doing personal readings. And you also cover what's it called? Mundane astrology, which is we're looking at what's happening at a political level using
Yep.
the stars.
Correct. Yep. Yep. That or I've tried to use the term geopolitical astrology because it just seems like a word that people understand. Because mundane, it's like
Yeah.
what's that word?
Mundane sounds a
So
bit boring.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
geopolitical
It does.
astrology. Okay.
Yes.
And this video is going to go out on my old channels. But this is a great compliment for Rich Does Politics, where I do pure politics, pure macro politics. Okay, so let's have a look. Ukraine versus Russia.
So the angle that I took was looking at the eclipse because there's been many things going on with Russia, Ukraine, bombs being sent back and forth. Zelensky wrote a letter to Putin. I believe it was suggesting to meet, but that didn't go very well. I didn't read the letter fully, but I know that I guess it wasn't sounding, excuse me, Putin felt like it didn't sound very sincere.
Mhm.
So there's still this back and forth between the two of them. So I picked the eclipse to look at Putin and Zelensky because this eclipse will give us an overview of the next 6 months, 6 months to a year of how things could unfold, how things could turn out. The eclipse is a new moon eclipse on April the 12th in the sign of Leo. Rulers, leaders, 20 at 20 degrees. That
So
is,
did you say April the 12th?
I'm sorry, August the 12th. August the 12th. Yes.
Yeah,
Not April, August the 12th.
yeah.
Um, so that's Leo. That is has to do with the rulers and a solar eclipse, which is has to do with the new moon, has to do with the leaders. It's the outer. It's more of like how it affects us on an outward level, on a larger global collective.
Mhm.
20 degree, each degree in astrology means has to do with a certain energy of the zodiac, and 20 degrees is has to do with I believe it's sign of Scorpio. So going deep into the undertones, the under I don't want to say the underworld, but like what's going on beneath the surface, trying to
Mhm.
figure out what's going really truly going on between the leaders, between the heads of these countries. And I'm just focusing on Ukraine and Russia right now. So the ruler of this is the sun. So the sun, what's going on with the sun is going to be very important. It's trining to Saturn and it's trining to Lilith and it's squaring to the ascendant. Now this chart is for, I believe I put this for Russia because it's to be over as close to that part of the world as possible at the times. So
How
it's
do you pick the birth of Russia? Because it's hundreds and hundreds of years
yeah.
old.
Well, with Russia, you go by the constitutions.
Oh.
So the most recent constitution, it was in the 90s.
Mhm.
So that's how because the constitution is how it's claiming a new set of rules, laws, and everything for the countries, power systems. So that's how I go by it for the countries because it is difficult. Some countries like China, you could look into, and it's thousands and thousands and thousands of years old.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, but overall, has to do with the leaders, the rulers. It's as if there's a kite pattern going on here, and there's this envelope pattern going on. There's struggles and challenges, and in order to overcome them, it's like they need to depend on their allies in order to overcome the struggles and the challenges between the two, Russia, Ukraine. There's also this little envelope here, this square, this rectangle with this X looking pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, the energy is it's like as if the appearances look great on the outside, but on the inside, everything is crumbling and falling down. But you're trying to keep up the good appearances on the outside. Now, this could be that both countries are trying to appear like they're winning. They're doing, I'm doing better than Russia. I'm doing better than Ukraine. But on the inside, on the interior of the country, the economy, the people, there could be some real challenges, some turmoils that they're trying to hide from the rest of the world. Now, you could say that that's also going on now, because, I would say that both countries want to look like they're winning, they're doing great, they're bombing, their bombs have hurt this, their bombs have done that. But in reality, it's like this could actually all come out. Like maybe they are having a lot more challenges than they're leading onto the world, that they're letting the public see.
Right. So
Getting
then
to the root of it.
so each country is claiming we're doing really, really well. And
Mm-hmm.
each country is suffering in ways that they're not acknowledging
Correct.
publicly.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. Let's see. So the sun is the ruler. Now Jupiter.
And
Okay.
this is the Russia chart or Putin's chart?
This is just the solar eclipse chart. I'm gonna get to Putin and Zelensky in a second.
Okay.
Mars here is squaring to Neptune, and why I'm looking at that is it could be again shattering that illusion, bringing the truth to the surface of what's going on. So this is Putin's chart right here, and this is Zelensky's chart on the day of the eclipse. Each of these are set to the countries that they reside in. All right, so during this eclipse, they're obviously both leaders of these countries. We look to see the sun, because the sun is their personality, who they are. Leo is the 11th house for Putin, and the third house where the ascendant is. Excuse me, where the IC is for Zelensky. Wait a minute. Okay, it's actually very interesting. Putin and Zelensky both have this eclipse happening at angles of their chart. Zelensky has it on the IC. Putin has it on the MC. IC is at the very bottom. Putin, MC is at the very top. It's like as if this eclipse will be very critical in both of their chart, both of them, for Russia, for Ukraine, for Putin, for Zelensky, in different ways though. On a more of a personal, hidden level for Zelensky, it's like things more exposing, maybe, of secrets coming out. I'm not saying just about him, but it could be about the country. Maybe it's Ukraine that's coming out saying, we are having some strong economic challenges. Maybe we're not doing as good as we're trying to show that we're doing. For Putin, though, it's on the top of the chart. This is something with him, with Russia, to the rest of the world. This could be many things. It could be himself. Maybe there's something going on with him. I know there were some health issues, whether those are rumors or not. It could be something literally with him. I don't know, something with him that's happening that is exposing something about Russia itself. Or maybe Russia's influence on the world does shift. But whatever it is, there is this exposure in both of their charts. Here, it's more of something that's private going on in the interior of the country. This is more of how the world sees the country. But it's exposed. The eclipse is exposing both for the both of them. What it could be is it could be exposing something here about Zelensky's private, personal life, or what he's doing within the country that's hidden. For Putin, it could be how he is ruling and leading the country, like what you're seeing. Maybe something could come out about that. Um, like I said, I know there were some things coming out, or people saying, and that is complete speculation about the health. But it could be, and Leo is his 11th house. So I feel like it's not health. I feel like this is more of how he's leading the country, how he's ruling the country. Perhaps these secrets are connected somehow. Perhaps whatever is personally coming out about Zelensky is somehow connected to Putin. And I have no idea how that would be, but they've been fighting for a while. And I don't know, there could just be some connection, some history that they both have that somehow is, or somehow whatever these things are coming out about, they're connected somehow. And they both affect the both of them, but like I said, in different ways. For Putin, it's on the outside of the country, exposing something about Russia, how the world sees it. And for Zelensky, it's on the inside of the country, how the country is actually being ruled with the people on there publicly, privately, excuse me. This is going to be a very interesting eclipse because like I looked at these charts, but I didn't study them intensely. And then one other thing I'd like to look at is Taurus and Chiron. For for Russia, for Putin, it's in the 8th house. For Zelensky, it's in his 12th house. Okay. This also is just amplifying for Zelensky secrets coming out that are hidden, something very hidden about him or about how he is ruling the country being exposed, the value, maybe the value of the country, the people. People maybe revaluing the psychology of the country, the people's, how they're being affected, how they're being affected by all of this. Maybe that's what's coming out is the people being like, you know what, listen, we are tired of fighting. We are tired of all of this. We're being affected. Yes, you're sending bombs, but we're the ones that are having some psychological effects from this. And for Putin, this is more of the net of the resources. Selling resources is oil. Maybe something is they become more of a oil producer or selling more oil to more people. That could be something that's also going on. Selling of the natural resources, reevaluating of the natural resources. Or again, perhaps there's not as much natural resources as other people think. And that could be something that is also being exposed because they are known for having oil because they do export it to different countries and they have it.
Yep.
That could be something maybe that either there's not as much as they're said, or maybe that there's something else that's discovered within Russia that helps them to produce some sort of other natural resource. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting from August, the next 6 months, even now, even in this period that we're in now, because the energy of the eclipses builds up a month to 2 months before they actually happen, and then for 6 months following. So
Right.
this is going to be very interesting of what happens. Yeah.
Okay, well, the question that I want to ask that I think many, many people want to know,
Mm-hmm.
when is this going to end? When are we going to have peace and an end to the killing of every last Ukrainian?
I think actually looking at their charts and seeing that their Zelensky's IC line and Putin's MC are connected because they are the same sign, different houses. I feel like the connection could last for a very extended period of time. But that's actually a good question, and I'll have to look into that because I'm not saying I can predict exactly when it's going to end, but if we look at when it started, we can see astrologically what was going on in the sky and get an idea of the duration of it. How long will it continue to last for, possibly? So maybe that would be good to do in the next one.
Perhaps. Oh, yep.
So, yeah.
Okay. And I would say for people who are in the UK, if you go to notaxforwar.com, you can find out how you can lawfully, legally, peacefully withhold taxes as a protest against the UK's government support for war. Now, you might support this
Wow.
war, but you can still go to notaxforwar.com and use that process to withhold taxes because you object to digital IDs, for example, or because you object to two-tier policing, or because you object to how the government's dealing with the grooming gangs. So you can use it as a legitimate, peaceful, lawful protest, and you get to keep the tax in your pockets as well, and you can spend that money. Notaxforwar.com.
Wow. That's
And
great, actually.
yes.
That they have that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. So, and also what I would recommend is please go check out Lauren's channel, and also go check out Lauren, go get a personal reading from her. And she also does crypto readings as well, and crypto consultations. And Lauren, thank you so much. I look forward to having you back on again in a few
Thank
weeks'
you.
time. And everybody, thank you for watching. This is Rich and
Thank
Lauren
you.
signing out. All the best. Bye bye.